Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sean Driver, spelt S-E-A-N, like the Irish way, James Bond. Today we're here to solve the curious case of the Nissan Leaf. Now, I thank you for all taking time coming for this training and giving me your attention. What I am here to do for you is to explain to you everything that you need to know about the 100% all-electric Nissan Leaf. Now, why did I emphasize on the 100% all-electric Nissan Leaf? Because today we have a lot of competition with cars that are trying to get into the electric market, calling themselves an electric car, but really are maybe a glorified hybrid that is not really giving you all the benefits that you can expect to get out of an electric car like the Nissan Leaf. Now, step one, the Nissan Leaf was the first mass-produced all-electric car. Now, there is no gasoline motor like some of our competitors, and we won't take names, but some of these on the all-electric can maybe go 10 miles, maybe 20 miles, and then guess what happens? In comes the gasoline motor and you are burning gas again. So what we're here to do today is fully understand the concept, overcome objections, answer your questions, and find out how all of us can make the world a better place. So we'll start off with zero emissions. The all-electric car, Nissan Leaf, is zero emissions. Well, I'm not saying all of us need to go and hug a tree and say, you know what, I'm trying to make this world a better place. But you should be able to explain to a customer that yes, this is zero emissions. There is no pollutants, nothing. We are doing our little part. Maybe we're not changing the world, but we're doing a little part in making this world a better place by polluting less. Secondly, all electric means we are not draining the world of our natural resources with petroleum and oil, and we're using electricity, which is cheaper, more abundantly available, and more convenient because you can charge it at your house. You don't need to go to the gas station. So if it's freezing, it's raining, whatever it is, you can charge at home. Then the other aspect to take into account is the fact that you have all these benefits that the government provides, that the manufacturer provides, that these customers can take unbelievable advantage of. We'll talk about the carpool lane sticker. Now, do we know what color that carpool lane sticker is? What are the benefits and why customers should care? And most importantly, how long are those benefits up to and when do they expire? You have to be able to give the customer all the information. So let's start with the carpool lane sticker. What color is it? Go ahead. Exactly, it's white. What is the other color they make a carpool lane sticker, and why do we care? Exactly, the green. So when it is the green, what cars and why is it green? And when it is white, why is it white and what cars? Exactly. So you have the all white, which goes on purely electric cars. If you have an electric car, you're eligible to get that sticker. If you are a partial electric car, i.e. the Chevy Volt, the Prius plug-in, then you are eligible for the green sticker, which they're only a limited amount, and they can be gone by the time you get your car, and they may not do the renewal for it to be as long because it's not really, in the grand scheme, enhancing or helping the environment because it's still using gasoline. The Nissan Leaf and the white sticker for the carpool lane is good all the way up to the end of 2019, which is a long time which these customers can take benefits of. It is very easy to apply. Most dealerships are getting them up in advance, so it's like a benefit to say, here you go, sir, you can drive into the carpool lane today, which, as you all know, one person in one car the electric car, the Nissan Leaf, can get in the carpool lane sticker. Now, it costs a measly $8, which you get from the California DMV. The other advantages, the state of California is offering a $2,500 rebate. Now, this rebate isn't if you make XYZ money, or if you are only 5'5", or if you only are as handsome as I am, that you're eligible for it. No. If you own a Nissan Leaf and lease it for 36 months or more, remember, 24 months does not count. So 36 months or longer lease, or if you buy, you're eligible for a $2,500 rebate. Now, that is a check sent back to you from the state of California. Now, if you want to gamble with that money, by all means. You want to put it in a fixed deposit? By all means. You want to go out and have a really nice steak dinner? By all means. Why? Because that is real money. That is a $2,500. Now, what would have been better? $2,500 in $100 bills, but that's not going to happen. Then, the last benefit, which really isn't the last, but the major benefit, is a $7,500 federal tax credit. Now, there are exclusions, and there are asterisks, and there are a lot of how do I qualify, what does my income have to be, and because of all these little nuances, Nissan recommends that you always consult with your tax consultant on the full massive advantage of taking benefits. But the long and short of it, if you have to explain it to a customer, you still want to tell them that, hey, you still want to at least talk to your tax consultant to find out whether this is something that you'll be able to take advantage of, is that if you owe the federal government $7,500, let's use $10,000. I'll take it back. We'll use $10,000. If you owe the federal government $10,000 by the time you're all said and done with your taxes, and you bought a Nissan Leaf, $7,500 goes right off that 10 grand, and now you owe the government $2,500. That's really how it works. Now, all the rest, the tax consultant will be able to explain to your customer, but this is probably the best way to explain to them. So we're talking about the advantage of the carpool lane sticker, the $2,500 California state rebate. Again, we have to remember it has to be 3-year or longer lease, or a purchase cannot be 2 years. And last but not the least, the $7,500 federal tax credit. Now, there are lots of other benefits. PG&E is going to give you a discount. Farmers Insurance is going to give you a discount. The city of San Jose is going to give you free parking. So there are abundance of features and benefits that owning an all-electric, 100% all-electric, zero emissions Nissan Leaf. Now, we talked about the benefits. Now let's talk about some of the reservations and objections that customers have. So I'm going to open the floor. I'm going to take one question at a time, and then I'm going to help you overcome what each of these objections are. Now, these answers is not going to solve a world problem, but it's going to be able to help you communicate with a customer. So I'm going to go one by one, write down your questions. I suggest making notes and getting answers as to what answers I am giving. I am open to the floor giving me some answers and helping out, and we'll make this one big team and get these solutions, okay? So let's start with you. Yes. What's your name, by the way? Roger. Great, Roger. All right, so what is your experience? How long have you been selling it? Okay, that's good. And you run into objections? We all have, haven't we? Welcome to the car business. Go ahead, tell me what your objection is. Range anxiety. Exactly. The number one objection with owning an electric car, range anxiety. It's a word that popped up into the dictionary. The market just erupted going, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it home. So how are we going to explain to Mr. Customer that, hey, do not worry about it, this is going to get the job done? So the first thing you do after you meet and greet a customer, they tell you, hey, we're interested in a Nissan Leaf. What is one of the first questions that you ask a customer? Folks, how long is your daily commute from point A to point B, from home to work? What are you driving it every single day? Now, not the odd occasion that you're going to visit Aunt Patty, not the odd occasion that you're going to go to Santa Barbara to meet your second cousin. What are you driving this car absolutely every single day? That is the question that you need to ask. Now, 80%, not 100, we'd love that number to be 100, but 80% of the world is going to tell you it's going to be about 50 to 60 miles. A lot of people work a lot of hours. They have a lot of responsibilities, and not a lot of people are going to commute over 60 miles a day, because that money is time and time is money. So first thing this customer is going to say, hey, I am doing 20 miles in this direction and 20 miles back. That's kind of where most people are going to fall into that category. So once we understand that, hey, the customer's going to be doing 40 miles, but then the customer's going to go, well, I go to Safeway to do groceries. Okay, check. And I go to CVS to buy my medicine. Okay, check. Great. Listen to all of these things, because all of these things will come in handy when it comes time to explaining to a customer. So we go, all right, folks, the Nissan Leaf is rated at 100 miles to be able to take you on a single charge. Now, absolutely 100% honest, this car can go 100 miles, but it's if the sun, moon, and stars line up. So from my very own personal experience, I own a Nissan Leaf, and I always tell customers that 65 to 70 miles in real world driving is what you can expect to get out of your car. If you get more, great, you're driving less on the freeway, you're being more reserved in your driving habits, and all of these different things will come in handy. So we are going to go with 65 miles as our magic number. We're going to give the rest as extra gravy to say, hey, if you're only driving around the city, if you're only driving in pure traffic, then you're going to get the additional miles, right? But we're going to talk about the car going 65 miles. Round trip, that is, not one way. Now, there are many ways to get around it, and I'll be happy to go over it with you, but we will focus on pure 65 miles of the vehicle's capacity to go round trip. All right, so this customer says, I drive 20 miles in one direction, 20 miles back. In between, every single day I stop at Safeway to get lunch, and I stop at CVS, so we're going to add another 10 miles, and that is the magic 50. We still got a little room to spare with the extra 15 that we discussed, okay? Now, if the customer flat out tells you, I drive 80 miles in one direction and 80 miles back in the other direction, and I have absolutely nowhere to charge at work, then folks, unfortunately, the Nissan Leaf is not for you. That you're not going to corner and get 100% of the market, but if you're honest and you are talking up front that, hey, maybe this is not the right car for you, these people will respect you for your knowledge and for you to respect their time. So we're going to now eliminate those set of people, because we know that those are not there. We have lots of great cars like the Nissan Altima that get about 38 miles per gallon. You just don't say goodbye and say, off you go. You basically be able to start showing them some different options. But what we're here to discuss is the Nissan Leaf. So for right now, we're going to put that topic aside and pick it up as we go. So as we talk about the Nissan Leaf and we talk about range anxiety, and we just told the customer, you're going 20 miles in this direction, you're going to go 20 miles back, and we're going to add 10 miles for all your little stops and runs that you make on a daily basis. You still have miles to spare, right? Along the way, take into account, you're not paying $1 for gas. There is no oil in the car, so you're not doing any oil changes. The Leaf is the least expensive car to maintain over a 5-year period because you have no oil changes. Pretty much a tire rotation, a battery service, and off you go to the races. Now, of course, there's a little more air filters and wiper blades, but we're talking about things that people spend a lot of money on. And this doesn't have any of them. So remember that. Cost of ownership. The fact that it uses no gas, no oil, 0 emissions, and the fact that it can get to what you do daily. So as soon as you